It starts from school, kind of empowering and enabling young people and helping them to get motivated and inspired, and encouraging them to understand that their views does count.
More stuff to be done in school at an earlier age. Also, sexual education to be brought in way earlier. Like some of my friends haven't even had any kind of talks like the whole way through when they were at school up to 5th year. So just things brought in earlier, and adults understanding it's a lot more real.
I think the government needs to sort of start paying attention to the younger people and start listening to people and really what matters to them, and sort of come back down to earth a bit really, and so start asking questions and listening.
Well, I suppose it's better health promotion campaigns that are more informed by young people themselves rather than ones that are designed for young people by adults.
Well, I think people have to start being more open-minded and more educated and just discuss the situation, and then you find a solution normally.
You get more people going to schools talking to kids about issues like drugs and drink and stuff like that, and just get it more into the minds of people that you shouldn't really be doing stuff just because people want you to.
I don't really know what the best way to address it is. I suppose listen to what people want. Try and be fair though. Not everybody wants the same thing, obviously. Also try and get people that age to speak up more, because they don't really.
I have young children myself. I think you need to be with the parents and have a good communication with your parents. The parents are the most important thing, I think.
I don't think necessarily it requires government intervention to do it. The viewpoint always is that the government has to intervene in every situation. I think it could be done by local communities, being more involved in the young people in their community, actually drawing them alongside, get them involved in maybe their local church or something, or having more of an influence on them that way, as opposed to just letting them run free.
Actually, finance is not addressed enough in schools, I think, for young people, and I'd say they could do with more education about that in schools. And like lots of young people are just let loose in university, like with a loan, and they just go and blow it. And I'd say more information is probably the key.
I think people should spend less money on installing CCTV cameras and spend more money on things for young people to do, like leisure activities, youth centres, stuff like that there.
With money, probably. The vast majority of them could be addressed with money. A great deal of talk and negotiation over what needs to be done, and getting our assembly back in Stormont would be a great deal helpful.
It needs to be through every aspect of a child's life, with whether it's at home through their parents, through their schools, through the youth clubs, through more youth organisations.
Tackling it would be, giving them something else to do, another challenge in life, rather than going about on a Friday, Saturday night, running about, having a wee drink, taking drugs, going not to youth centres, but somewhere where they can hang out and do what they want to do, rather than drinking drugs. Something you need to ask kids what they really want themselves, like. But when I was a kid, all I really wanted to do was just mess about and have a laugh.
Well, as I say, the issues I believe need to be defined by young people. We can all raise these issues through the various forums and institutions from a personal perspective or from a sectoral perspective. I think that more effort needs to be made to bring young people together, to give them the opportunities to promote the issues, to raise awareness of the issues, to lobby the various people with responsibility around these issues.
Probably more advice from the government about credit cards, loans, stuff like that, and buying property.
Probably the best place that would be tackled would be through government policy and education in schools from the start, from the beginning, educating people about going to university and getting debts. This should all be part of the curriculum at this stage.
If I could answer that, I'd be the Prime Minister or something, but I expect it's a matter of trying to deal with it on an individual basis, because everybody is different and they have different problems dealing with these issues, and whether or not they can afford grants for education. There has to be means of allowing people who do not have who come from a poorer background, so they can have access to education, so they can actually improve themselves. And so I think that's part of it. It's just dealing with it on an individual basis, probably.
Well, it's not what I said. Read in the papers the other day about lowering the age of consent about sex. I don't agree with that. At 13, it's for drink. The parents should know where their kids are at night time. Same for drugs. That's all in a nutshell, really, you know. Boils down to the parents.
I guess I would probably not do what most people do, is I'd probably ask young people what it is they want rather than just assume this is what they want and try and meet that.
I would start out youth clubs, youth clubs, right? And people allowed to come on, right? See, and have a few games of pool, right? And slap machines and have a bit of crack, you know what I mean?
I think everyone should become a Christian, and then we'd gather all the Christians and have a big crazy barn dance, and that would just sort everything out.
It's basically got to come from the parents to begin with, but the government have got to do something about that as well. The government have got to say to the parents, look, you either get your kids off the street at night, stop them vandalising, stop them drinking, or we're going to tax you, we're going to fine you, so we're going to do something, because they need to do something seriously to get it wised up.